when we utter this word mind, it is uttered very loosely, and many things are mixed up with that. To begin with, I will make one simple and clear distinction. What is mind and what is not the mind? What is mental, what is not mental? So I was telling earlier that mind is the structure of data. Data means differences. So data processing is happening. There is a lot of data and data processing is happening. But along with the data processing, those structures of data are getting filled with experiences. For example, I am looking at this cloth. That is the light signal coming to me. That is becoming electrical signal. That is becoming a chemical, neurochemical pattern in the brain, which is data. So inside the brain, if you open up the brain and look, you can only see electrical activity happening in specific patterns. When you look at something, it is one pattern. If you look at something, it is another pattern. If you make a sound, it's another pattern, like that. The encoding you can notice. The encodings are different. Data code is different for different things that you are looking or hearing or anything, all the things. But if you open up the brain and look, there is only electrical activity. Data structure is there. But how is that data structure becoming experience for me? How is that becoming this purple color for me, whatever this color is? How is that becoming that sound for me? All experiences. What is coming to you is the data signal. Color is not coming to you. Some fluctuations are coming, and it will convert into electrical fluctuations. It will convert into some neurochemical fluctuations. So it is again one kind of encoding, another kind of encoding. Data encodings. Mind is that much. You can understand mind. What is getting filled into it? You know, like children fill color. The outline is available, but the color is being filled into it. Experiences, all kinds of experiences are getting filled into it. That is not happening at the level of data. That's not data. You understand? So this clear distinction first you have to make. Mind, whenever you say mind, it only corresponds to the data structure. It does not correspond to the experience that is there. It is happening, but we are mixing it up, and I am considering that color also as mind. No, that's coming from somewhere else. It is not coming from here. Color is not coming from here. Only some fluctuations are coming. I am filling up the colors. In Western philosophy, this question became so bugging for them. Actually, they have not resolved it. That's what the hard problem of consciousness is. Who mentioned it in the morning? No. Why is their conscious experience itself is a question which they are not able to sort out. Because logically, there should only have been data processing. See, everything can go on as it is. I can talk to you, you can talk to me, you can do everything you are doing. Everything can happen without that experience element being there. Meaning I can be a zombie. And everything can just as it is go on without that experience element being there. Colors, sounds, whatever. All the filling of life that happens to it. You can go on with everything that is happening without that experience element. So some of the philosophers are so extreme in the Western world that some of them say, because they are unable to explain this, and they have a tremendous allegiance, faith on thought process, they think thought must explain everything, thought must explain life. Now this question is actually the dead end of thought. In neuroscience, it's called explanatory gap. Why neural firing becomes experience for me, there is no answer to it. And if you look at it keenly, logically, you cannot answer it. It's a dead end. But they are so invested into their thought, they don't want to accept that thought has failed, it's a dead end. So some of the philosophers have even come to the conclusion that we are zombies. There is nothing called experience, it's a delusion. Experience is the illusion, there is only this data processing happening, and there is nothing else. I am zombie, you are zombie, everybody is zombie. Some of them even have come to that conclusion. Are you following what I'm saying? I mean, nothing, robot. I mean, no sensation, no experience, nothing. But everything is happening, all data processing is happening. So that is, anyway, if you fall for that conclusion, it's of no use. But now there is a question which you can for sure not resolve with logic. That there is a gap which you cannot bridge with logic. So what you call as the mind is the data structure. Why I am telling this is, you have to make this clear distinction. Now I will tell it very simply, but you can use this as a line of inquiry. For me, this is one of the questions that excited me and helped me to look, because for sure experience is not coming from outside. Only some inputs, triggers are coming. Data structure is being given to me. From where is the color being filled? Something behind them. There is something behind the mind which is doing it. I'm giving you an answer, but don't take it. It's a question which will bring all your attention on yourself. This is another way of doing self-inquiry. Like you can make a sound mentally. I would say that is how japa should be done. Japa means drinking the source. Ja means birth, pa means drinking. So when you start drinking of the source itself, that is japa. So you make a sound mentally and ask yourself these questions. From where this sound is coming? See, not the data structure of the sound, but the sound itself. From where is it coming? It is being filled up from inside only, somewhere. So this is one way you can use this inquiry to bring all your attention on you. And I want to tell you something more in relation to this. What this reveals is, and why this is why they always called mind as jada, jada, jada. Meaning it is inert, inert, inert. Like the body, it is also inert. It's a data structure, but it is not lively. So mind is not causing your experiences. Whatever you say when you experience, even anything, starting from simple things like color, sounds. Mind is not creating the experiences, but mind is choosing the experience. The data structure. No. What I mean is, mind can make up that entire empty structure, which the experience will fill up later. Mind will not create that experience, but mind can create that data structure in whatever way it wants. That is choosing how it is going to, how the experience is going to happen. That data structure is choosing now. You can make up your mind in any way you want, data structure any way you want. That way the experience will happen. If there is a situation, one situation, and if you put 5 people through the same situation, why is it that 5 people experience the same situation very, very, very differently? Because their data structures are different. If I have to give a physical example, if there is water, and if you immerse an object in water, let's say a cube, and then sphere and different shapes, and different materials also, whatever. Now, each of those objects is experiencing water or sensing water, depending on the shape, the material, and if you go to more subtleties, how porous it is, and all that. Like for example, if there are two cubes of the same size, But if this material is a little porous material and both of them are dipped, this has much more contact area as compared to the plain one. This will experience water much more deeply than this one. I'm talking of the extent of experience. The same thing you can do, you can bring in many attributes, variables. So how that individual object, the water is same, temperature of water is same, everything is same. But how two or more objects, how different objects experience that water is absolutely different. Now the same thing has happened, it should not have happened, but the same thing has happened with our mind. If you consider this world as a pool of information and you are dipping your mental mass in it, and how you are experiencing it is being determined by how your mass is. And this is why they always said that our life is our karma. How you experience is dependent on how your mental structure is. If you change it, experience will differ. If you change it, experience will differ. That is one aspect. Choice itself is in our hands. Secondly, if you go into a little more fundamental question, the experience is being created also by me. Mind is choosing the experience, and something more than the mind is filling up the experience. It is creating the experience. And why I am telling all this is our fundamental struggle. We are eventually trying to make our experience more pleasant, more intense, and for that we are relying on the external factors. If unpleasantness happens, we will fight with something outside. But if this one is truly understood, if unpleasantness happens, immediately your attention will come on here. Logically, you won't think something is wrong there. Immediately you will think something is wrong here. If this is really understood. If unpleasantness is happening, I am only choosing it. The data structure is that way. Yes, I am telling the entire thing. I am telling the entire thing is jada. They don't have that element of conscious experience to them. The conscious experience is coming from somewhere else. The mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, whatever, it is a structure of data. It is choosing what kind of experience will happen to you. It is not creating the experience. So I'm making 2 points. I don't know if you observed. One point is the type of the experience, if it is of one type, it is because my data structure is that way. That is why my experience is like that. That is first point. Second point is, regardless of what experience it is, all of them are being created from within. Experiences are never coming from outside. The choice is happening by me. The sourcing of the experience is also happening within me.